We're here to retreat from the trouble, so that actually when the trouble returns, we have a bigger capacity, a stronger foundation to meet whatever appears, to realize always what is true.
Hello and welcome to Being Yourself, Self-Inquiry with Gangaji. My name is Barbara Denenpont. When we choose to walk on a spiritual path, our first aspiration might be to transcend our problems, or at least to transcend the world's problems. But I think most of us here today recognize that that doesn't actually work. What if true fulfillment is realized in our willingness to assume our seat and simply stop trying to transcend or avoid what Gangaji calls trouble? The piece I'm sharing with you today was taken from the first day of a retreat held in Yosemite in 2004. Now, as we listen together, I invite you to also take these next few minutes to listen in retreat.
How privileged we are to be able to take this week to be in a place of spaciousness, and quiet, and support. Silent support and spoken support. Support from each other and support from the huge forces of nature that formed this area. So the privilege, the hugeness of the privilege can be met and received and then given back, so that when you leave here, when we all leave here on next Saturday, when we return to troubled spots, troubled countries, troubled families, troubled minds, troubled world, we can actually bring the truth of who one is to that trouble. So we're not here to escape the trouble, because we will return to the trouble. We're here to meet what is true. We're here to retreat from the trouble, so that actually when the trouble returns, we have a bigger capacity, a stronger foundation to meet whatever appears, to realize always what is true. So that each life, each individual life in this room can actually be used by this mystery that has carled us together, that has insisted that we meet it and be true to it and serve it, that we all serve. And we have the support for this. The challenge is to receive the support, to really receive it. To receive it takes willingness. Not will, but willingness. Will is a kind of thrusting for something. It's very powerful. I'm all for will. But willingness is an opening, a willingness to receive. And in the willingness to receive, support is recognized. Then the grace of this area, the grace of this retreat, the grace of each other is recognized. The grace of the certainty of your capacity to be true to what is true is realized. And then the retreat is over. But what is not over is the always deepening challenge, meeting, receiving, realizing. I was reading the newspaper. It's always a dangerous thing to do. Reading the newspaper yesterday or today, and it was horrible. Sickening. Even Bush said it was disgusting. You know, I'm sure many of you saw the story of what some soldiers were doing to some Iraqi prisoners. It really was horrible. And I saw the pictures of the soldiers led by a woman. It was a woman commander. So all stereotypes of women now can be finished. And these were children. They're in their 20s, clearly. And this is what war teaches children. This is what warring minds, warring families, warring countries, warring world teaches its children. This is our world. These are our minds. These are our children on both sides. And we are privileged to retreat from them for this week, so that when we return to them, we are truly refreshed. We are truly capable of receiving support, which is the same capacity as giving support. We are truly true. Otherwise, this is just a lark. A great week, great food, great accommodations, great place, great people, great feelings. But so what? There are great movies you could be going to all week. Or you will see some good movies. But this is not a lark. This is your life. And there are light and wonderful aspects of your life, and there are horrors that are part of your life. And our privilege is to retreat from the horrors so that we can meet the source of the horror. And in meeting the source of the horror, we can meet the source of it all. And know it to be oneself. Know it to be oneself. Maybe not even understand it to be oneself, because it's pretty big to understand, but know it to be oneself in all directions, on all sides, all polarities, all countries, all minds, all worlds. Then this week is real. It serves the real. And it is not an escape. It is truly a retreat. So that's my intention for this retreat, for us all. And I invite you to join that, so that your individual life is given this week to support everyone here in discovering the truth absolutely, completely, ever more deeply. And so that the definitions of here expand, and all your relations are here. All countries are here, all sides are here, all leaders are here, all victims are here. All dead are here, all unborn are here. So that your life is given to this retreat, this meeting, this time on the planet. Nothing less. And you will have many chances during the week to make it less. You will have many opportunities to go, oh well, I'll just space out like I do, or I'll just get into a conversation like I do, or I'll just avoid what I'm practiced in avoiding. And likewise, you will have many opportunities to say, no, I won't do that like I do it. I will stop. I will meet the source of the horror here, in my mind, now, with the support of all that are here, with the knowledge that here is eternity. So let our conversations be geared to uncovering that resistance to support, resistance to meeting, and revelation. Revelation of support, revelation as a result of meeting.
It's so remarkable what possibilities open up in our lives and in the world when we are simply willing to fully meet ourselves. I'm so grateful for your participation and for you listening to this podcast. And if you want to support this podcast, you can help us put it out every month by making a contribution to the Gangaji Foundation at gangaji.org. That's GANGAJI.org. Before I sign off, I also wanted to mention we are going to have a special musical podcast extra coming out later this month. Be sure to look for it. Thank you for listening. As always, this is Barbara Denenpont. Until next time.